What the fuck is up, YouTube? Today, we're coming with a pretty interesting story time. Now, today, as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about the time that I proceeded to take acid and then go to Cracker Barrel. It was probably the most weird and trippy experience of my life. If you know what Cracker Barrel is, if you've ever been through their gift shop, that is already a trip within itself. So going to fucking Cracker Barrel on acid definitely was an interesting experience, to say the least. So this all started back, I was fucking 14, you know what I mean? I just started doing this shit a little bit, and I had this broken Xbox One at the time. I think there was something wrong with the fan, it just wouldn't fucking turn on, basically. The power supply, I'm not quite sure what it was, to be honest with you, but I decided I was going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. So you know what I mean? I make the listing, all that fucking shit. And a couple days later, I get a message back from the guy. Now, originally I had it set at, I think, 120 or something like that. I was just trying to get as much money as I could for the fucking Xbox. The thing had just come out, a year or two prior. This was fucking forever ago. So, I figured, you know what I mean? It's probably just a fan or a power supply, so someone will probably fucking want it. And he ends up talking me down to 100, and I was like, fuck it, that's fine. And I came up with this master plan. So, I didn't want my dad to know that, I was selling it. And, I already had hit up my plug, and I was like, yeah, the dude's gonna come by, I'm gonna sell this fucking Xbox, and you should come drop off some tabs. So he was like, okay, cool, yeah, just, fucking let me know. And I fucking had this guy. Didn't even know him. I was like, fuck it. You're gonna know where my fucking house is anyways. So I had him fucking come to my window. My bedroom fucking window. And I sold this dude a fucking Xbox One out of my fucking bedroom window at 14. It was 11 o'clock at night. Fucking pitch black outside. Just the weirdest dude. This was just such a fucking weird experience. Is because, I'm trying to be quiet because my dad's fucking sleeping. And, I'm selling a fucking Xbox. And he gives me the $100, he takes it. He fucking leaves. And I hit up the guy. And I'm like, yo, you want to come through? Fucking I just got the money and everything else like that. You should stop by. And he was like, okay, cool. So he did. He came over, gave me, the 10 tabs. I think I bought, a little bit of bud or something like that, too. So I was happy. I was happy as can fucking be. I was fucking looking at these, fucking just hyped as fuck, making plans with people, just yo, we should take this and that. And I decided, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. My dad's probably gonna be at work. I think this was a Sunday or something. So it was gonna be Monday morning. I was gonna fucking drop these fucking, a couple of these tabs and just have a good old time, you know what I mean? Little 14-year-old me, just being a fucking dumbass, basically. And I go to sleep, and I wake up the next morning. First thing I do, I fucking grab my shit out of my little nightstand. I put one of these tabs on my tongue, and I'm sitting there just chilling. And I didn't realize my dad was still home. I actively had the tab on my tongue when he burst into my room, and he's like, oh, so you ready to go to Cracker Barrel? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, do you not remember? It was Friday night. I had agreed to go get breakfast with him and shit like that. So I'm like, dude, this is fucked. This cannot be happening right now. I literally have it sitting on my tongue. Now, I spit the thing out. I did. I 100% did. I just spit it right into the fucking garbage. I was like, maybe. I was just praying to God. Please. It was 5-10 minutes already that was on my tongue. So it made no difference. And fucking, I'm sitting there. I'm getting ready. 20-30 minutes go by. I'm starting to feel it. Now, these were ultra mega fucking strong tabs. So the one had me decent for sure. I literally got in the car. I remember this so vividly. I got in the car, I closed the door, and I just got this sense of just I'm so fucked. We're going to Cracker Barrel right now. People are gonna be looking at me, staring at me. I don't know if I'm ready for this. And on the way, I'm looking at, all the light posts and shit. And I'm seeing hella tracers. Fucking, I remember just going on my phone and just, thinking to myself, I cannot look up from my phone. Otherwise, my dad is going to know I'm absolutely fucked right now. And, we get to Cracker Barrel. And I get into the gift shop, and oh my god, there's mirrors and just like fucking like old sculptures and teddy bears and candy and all sorts of fucking just weird old people shit. And I'm fucking looking around just like, oh, this is fucked. Like this is definitely not what I was expecting to be doing today. And you know, like I'm like, oh, like I gotta use the bathroom. And I go in the bathroom. I remember just staring myself in the mirror, and like my eyes are like starting to move apart a little bit, and shit's moving and just like all trippy. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, how the fuck am I gonna get through this? I was like, how am I gonna sit down at this table right now, eat breakfast with my family without them knowing that I'm like tripping my nuts off right now? So I go back out. I'm in the bathroom for what I thought was like 5 minutes, and it turned out that they already like ordered food and everything. Like it had been like 20 minutes that had gone by that I just was sitting in this fucking bathroom. Like I was already like tripping my nuts off, and fucking I sit down, and the waitress comes back and she's like, oh, like do you want a water? Like, do you want orange juice? Like, and I remember just like staring at the fucking menu. And like the idea, like she said orange in this like really like southern accent. I was like, orange. And I remember just fucking laughing hysterically. Now at this point, my dad's looking over at me, just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, I remember just looking at her, and I tried to say orange juice, but like I was just laughing so hard that it just sounded like complete and utter fucking nonsense. So like I say it again, like as well as I humanly can. She's like, okay, cool. Like do you want food? Like at this point, like I knew the waitress at least knew I was fucked up. I'm not quite sure if my dad did yet, but like the waitress knew. I was like, nah, I'm good. Like I was like, nah. Like that idea of eating at that point was just not the move. Like if you've ever taken acid, sorry, I like burped for a minute. I was like, oh fuck, you know, like when you burp really hard and like your lungs hurt. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it just happened to me and it was really fucking weird. But just the idea of eating while you're tripping sometimes is just like not it. Like it's just like unfathomable. Just like no, like this is not gonna work right now. So like she gives me my fucking orange juice. At this point, I'm just staring out the fucking window, looking at the birds and trees, and it was like a really nice sunny day outside, so everything just looked really fucking colorful. And like, eventually, you know, they finish their food. Like, we get back in the car, like, we're going home. And on the way home still, like, I'm just tripping fucking balls. And I go into my room. Now, at this point, I'm like, okay, this is fucked. Like, I need to smoke. Like, I need to have a cigarette. I need to chill. And, like, usually, like, when I smoke while I'm tripping, like, it's great. It's fucking awesome. Like, you know, fucking sitting there smoking a cigarette while you're tripping your nuts off is usually a fucking vibe. But, like, today, apparently, that was not the case. My dad was, like, getting ready for work. I was just like, thank fucking God he's leaving. Like, so I can actually just, like, attempt to enjoy my day. I smoked this cigarette, and for some reason, I just got this, like, weird sense of, like, paranoia and anxiety, and, like, this acid was fucking great. Like, I've never had visuals like this up until this point in my entire life. Like, I remember just, like, staring at the carpet, and I have this, like, really weird design on, like, my carpet. Like, it's this weird fabric. And I remember just, like, watching the little lines just, like, start, like, folding in on themselves, if that makes any sense. And I was just fucking staring at the carpet for a solid, like, 30 minutes. And then I hear the door close. So I'm like, fuck it. Like, we're in the clear. We fucking made it out the jam, boys. Like, we are good. Let's actually attempt to enjoy this day. So, I think I dropped, like, two more tabs, or, like, 2.5 or some shit like that. And I'm just fucking chilling at this point. Like, I think I, like, turned on, like, a fucking movie. Let's just, like, listen to music for a little while. And I hit up the homie Tyler. Now, Tyler comes over, and I didn't realize that he had taken some as well. So by the time he got to my house, he was already fucking tripping. Like, he was already fucking just as zooted as I was. And, like this guy, like, I swear to fucking God, any time I have ever seen him with drugs in his like on his person at all, by the time he leaves, there is none left. Like this dude will literally just do all of the drugs. So like we turn on Warzone, and I remember just watching, like, you know, like when you're not aiming, there's that little like X. Like I remember like watching that turn like reds and like different shades of like green and shit. And then like at times, if I just looked at like away from the X, it would just blend in to the rest of the screen. And I like remember just like fucking with that for like a minute, just thinking it was the coolest thing fucking ever. But we end up getting bored, so we go outside, like go get some drinks from the fucking gas station, and he sees this squirrel run by. And I remember so vividly, he was just like, yeah, dude, like those are like he's like, dude, I see like a squirrel that looks like 3 different squirrels. And I remember just looking and just being like, nah, dude, like that's a tracer. And he was just like, whoa. And I was like, yeah. And we fucking end up going back to my house. He gets bored. He decides he wants to leave. Now at this point, a little bit later on, you know, basically the whole time, like there's not really much to talk about up until what's about to happen. Like I basically was just like kind of just playing video games, fucking watching TV, listening to music. Like I didn't really do much. Like not like it was a very uneventful trip for like that little part. But I'm sitting there chilling, and my dad gets home. So I decide, fuck this, I'm going back in my bedroom. This is not the vibe. I do not feel like hanging out with my dad while I'm tripping my nuts off. Oh my god. And then he orders food. Doesn't tell me he's ordering food, but he orders food. And I fucking, like, right before this, had taken even more fucking acid. I wanted this trip to fucking last, like, a hot minute. Might I add, I had school tomorrow. The only reason why I didn't have school like today, well, that day, you know what I mean, is because it was like some holiday. So like I was not really thinking about like, yeah, like I still have to get up and go to school. And fucking he calls me out and he's watching some show on the TV. And like all I remember is just like being really sweaty and just like looking at my burger and like the bun, just like the glisten on the bun, just like was just so just weird looking. Like it almost looked like watery, like if that makes sense. Like it had this just weird texture, like the glaze, where it just looked like I could take it and it would just turn into like putty or something. So I'm just fucking staring at this burger. The fucking voices on the TV are just starting to get just beyond distorted. And like I'm just getting nauseous at this fucking point. So like I put my burger back in the fridge. My dad's just looking at me weird the whole fucking day. Just like, what the fuck is your deal? And I go in my room. Now, I decide it's a good idea. Like I'm gonna watch some regular show. So I'm sitting there watching regular show, and I get a random ad. Like a random person added me on Snapchat. And like we actually, like, after this ended up like dating for a little bit, but this was just the weirdest fucking experience of my life. Just random person fucking adds me on Snapchat. So fucking I hit her up. I'm like, yo, like, what's up? like, do I know you? And like, she just starts sending me the most random weird shit on the face of the fucking planet. I'm just like, dude, like, you are so weird, but like in a cool way. Like, so like most of my trip ended up being absorbed by just like sitting on the phone with this random person that added me on Snapchat and like watching just the most absurd shit on YouTube. Like I was like, she would just send me links and it would just be the most weird, odd, trippy shit. And just like this whole experience was just so odd. Like this whole day was just like so fucking weird. And like I finally get to a point where I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to bed. At this point, it's like, 3 a.m. And like, I decide, fuck it. Like, let's keep this going. Like, I'll go to bed around like 10 or 11. Once again, forgetting I had school. Like, I had to go to school. I still did, but it was an interesting time, to say the least. And fucking, yeah, so I decide, fuck it, we're gonna take more. I was like, yep, like this is what I'm doing. Like I took like another like tab, which like really didn't do much. It just like made me trip for like a little bit longer. Like, it just kind of barely added to my visuals. I think I, like, smoked a little bit too. And, like, ended up just sitting on the phone with this random weird fucking person that, like, added me on Snapchat for, like, hours. I look outside, and the sun's starting to come up, and I remember this. I was just like, dude, we fucking made it. I was like, we fucking made it through Cracker Barrel, fucking hanging out with the homie. He was tripping too, talking to some random weird girl that added me on Snapchat. And I remember opening up my window and just sitting outside, smoking my cigarette out the window, just watching the sunrise, just like, I am the fucking shit. like little 14-year-old me was like, dude, I just fucking, my whole life will never be the same. Like, it was just the weirdest experience ever. And then I realized, it hit me in this moment of glory and happiness and fucking achievement, which isn't really much that I achieved, but you know what I'm getting at. Like, just the feeling I had, I guess. And fucking, it just hits me out of the blue. I have to get on the bus in 2 hours. And I remember just, like, looking away from my window, like, staring at the carpet, and it's still doing this weird fucking movie thing. And I just started laughing my fucking ass off. I was like, dude, either one, I'm not going, I'm ditching, this is not happening, or I'm just gonna go and fuck it. Like, I guess we're just gonna full send it and just see how it goes. And I did. I remember getting on the bus, going to school. I got to school, and holy fuck, it was like, I don't know how the fuck I made it through, like, my first 3 classes, because I was still most definitely tripping. Like, it was all the way up to, like, lunch that I finally start, that's when I, like, really was coming down. And I, like, first period, I'm sitting there in class, and I remember the teacher was saying something to me. And I was just like, I remember just looking at her and being like, nah, and just laying my head down. Now, might I add, I went to an alternative school, so as long as I wasn't just, like, belligerently fucked up or just being a retard, like, no one cared. So, like, I was just like, nah. Like she looked at me and she, like, asked me a question, and I was just like, no. And I just laid my head down. And just, like, for the rest of the class, I just, like, remember just, like, keeping my eyes closed. And I was just seeing these, like, little different, like, colors. Like little flashes of, like it was mainly, like, it was like red and, like, green. Like, not, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just, like, all of a sudden I just see, like, little flashes of color in my vision. And, like, if I'd, like, think about something, like, instead of just, like, imagining in my head, it was almost like I could, like, see it a little bit. And it was really cool. I was like, what the fuck? And then the bell rings, and I'm like, holy shit. I was just, like, in a trance for, like, 20 minutes, just keeping my eyes closed. Just kind of just listening to everything around me and just, like, feeling really good. And then, like, I go into the bathroom, and the people I usually would hang out at school, like, we all kind of, like, did drugs and shit like that, just, like, would do dumb shit. I probably have posted a couple of videos of just, like, retarded shit that we used to do. But, like, I remember sitting in the bathroom, and, like, I was just all smiley and, like, quiet, kind of just looking around. And, like, they were just like, yo, dude, like, long night? And I was like, yeah, for sure. Whole next day, I was just, like, messaging this girl, just like, yo, like, I'm literally at school on acid right now. And, like, this is just fucked. And she's like, yeah, I bet, dude. And I don't know, third hour came along, very uneventful. I kind of just, like, sat around, didn't really do much. Like, second period still didn't do shit. And then I got to lunch, and I remember just sitting down at lunch. It was kind of a weird day. I forgot, like, what happened at school that day, but, like, there's just not a lot of people there and shit. So, like, I remember just sitting down at the table. It was just like, wow. So this is the end of my journey. And I was just, like, completely blown away by this whole fucking past, like, 24 hours. Like, there's a little bit of other shit that happened, but it's not really, like, worth mentioning. But, like, it was just a fucking weird experience all around. I probably had gone through, like, shit, I'd say 6 of the tabs, just because I kept on redosing. So I still had, like, 4 left at my house, fucking a little bit of bud. And I ended up just going home, fucking smoked a little bit, and I went to bed, and I sure as fuck did not wake up until like 3 in the morning. And then I was like, well, this is fucked. I'm going back to bed. But like, I remember like getting up and like, oh my fuck, after you finally sleep for staying up for that long, that fucking 3 a.m. fucking sip of water is just absolutely heavenly. Like, I could not have been happier with my life at that moment. But that's pretty much the end of this video, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, share with your auntie, share with your uncle, all that good shit. I got a bunch more stories like this. I think I'm gonna come out with another video tomorrow morning. I'm just gonna probably just making like the rest of that like little series that I just started, the like week long party video. I'm probably gonna just do like the part 2. I'm thinking there's only gonna be like, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 parts, maybe 5 max if I feel like it. But like, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. And yeah, go check out that video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.